Hey everyone, this is Shaman from Rocketship HQ, the mobile user acquisition agency that helps you grow in a capital efficient manner. Today, I'm going to talk about the key questions that you can ask a prospective digital agency in 2020 if you're looking to hire them to do your mobile user acquisition. Why is this important? In 2020, we expect to see mobile user acquisition strategies continuing to be increasingly automated and very different from the more manual predecessors from just a few years ago. Of course, if you're looking to hire an agency, hopefully you've already asked them about their track record, their channel expertise, their case studies. While all of these are important, it's also extremely important to vet your agency or consultant partner from a lens of their readiness for the age of algorithmic marketing. Now, let's dive into all of this a little more. As the role of agencies and consultants shifts from grunt work or heavy lifting to driving experimentation with creatives, audience, and events, it becomes crucial to pick an agency that can support your growth in a manner that's completely aligned with how UA platforms like Facebook and Google are evolving to embrace more and more of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Now, what does all of this entail, and how might you evaluate an agency in the light of their readiness for algorithmic marketing? Here are a couple of questions that we recommend asking your prospective digital agency or a consultant to gauge if they have a nuanced understanding of what it takes to drive sustained scale and growth in 2020. Without further ado, let's get started. Question number one you ask is, how do you make creatives and how do you test them? Now, in 2020, it's not just about creative production. Gone are the days when you made very high production value creatives and rolled them out in campaigns. What matters now is creative experimentation. This is a key factor in driving performance. Your agency or consultant's answer can help you understand how to think about the impact of creative experimentation on performance. Now, here are a couple of areas that you can evaluate them on based on their answer. How do they generate creative ideas? How do they build variants of what's working? How do they address creative saturation and audience saturation? And do they know the difference between these two? What is their understanding of the different creative formats available to them? How do they run tests? Do they understand the interplay between creative testing and the learning phase that enables algorithmic marketing? All of these will help you understand whether they understand the interplay between creatives and performance. Question number two, how do you scale campaigns? This is an important question because it helps you understand not just how they drive performance, but also how they can do this at significant scale. This question helps you unearth how your agency thinks about the different levers available to them while they scale campaigns. Now, increasing bids and opening up budgets is easy. What's not as obvious are some of the other strategies and levers available to them. So you really want to be evaluating them on some of the questions like, how do they think about event experimentation? How do they understand the relative volumes of different events that are required for optimization? How do they think about expanding to new audiences? When do they recommend onboarding new channels? How do they recommend evaluating and testing new channels and audiences? All of these help you understand the rigor with which your prospective agency or consultant approaches scaling and optimization. Question three, how do you typically evaluate performance? Now, the understanding of algorithmic marketing is certainly extremely important, but that should not be a substitute for understanding the fundamentals of performance marketing. You do not want to work with an agency that's predominantly web-based or one that does not have a deep understanding of sustainable capital efficient growth. Now, based on their answer, do they understand what MMPs do? Do they understand LTVs, CPAs, payback periods? And of course, they get bonus points for how these are applicable to your specific vertical. Do they understand the key events that they typically optimize for and the impact of these key events on the LTV, short term and long term? All of these are factors that you want to vet them for. Question 4. What factors contribute to the success of your best clients? This is a great question because it helps you understand what success looks like for their best clients and how they went about achieving it. This helps you understand how the agency thinks about the components of their strategy, and more importantly, the interplay between the many components of the strategy, be it creators, audiences, bidding, downstream economics, the interplay and the interdependencies between all of these. All of these things are very, very important for you to understand and also get a sense of how much clarity and understanding they have on it about all of these. Question 5. Tell me about a client you lost and why you lost them. Now, we all like to think we can knock every single ball out of the park, but the reality is we all fail at times. Sometimes the product's not ready. Sometimes our optimization processes are not watertight. Sometimes platforms change abruptly and kill performance. Sometimes we just don't work on the right priorities. There are a myriad of reasons why an agency can lose a client. This is an important question for the same reason that tell me about your biggest weakness is in interviews, because it tells you what their shortcomings are and it shows you how self-aware they are and what they've learned from their experiences. As mobile user acquisition continues to evolve into a more sophisticated and automated incarnation of itself, strategic thinking and understanding required to succeed with it become ever more crucial. I hope these 5 questions provide a starting point for you to assess the future readiness of your mobile user acquisition agency. For more tips, pointers, and strategies from the leading edge of mobile user acquisition, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Rocketship HQ. That's linked to below. Or check out our podcast, How Things Grow, and the Mobile User Acquisition Show. Thank you so much for watching this.